North Korea faces new outrage this morning after another missile test. The intermediate range missile traveled far enough to reach the U.S. military base on Guam. Analysts say it was North Korea's longest missile flight so far. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis called the launch reckless. The UN Security Council, which approved new sanctions against North Korea this week, plans an emergency meeting this afternoon. South Korea's military says that missile was launched from an airport near Pyongyang, North Korea's capital. It flew for 19 minutes over the northern Japanese island of Hokkaido before falling into the Pacific Ocean. Ben Tracy is in Beijing with reaction to this latest test. Ben, good morning.
Good morning. So just yesterday, North Korea said Japan should be sunken into the sea, and now it has launched another missile through its airspace. So if the goal of the last round of UN sanctions was to get Kim Jong-un to take a break for a bit, it didn't work.
Sirens blared in Japan for the second time in 3 weeks, warning of a North Korean missile flying overhead. Just 6 minutes after the launch, South Korea fired 2 ballistic missiles of its own into the ocean, demonstrating a quick response in the event of an actual attack. North Korea has now launched 19 missiles this year, its latest flying further than any North Korean missile ever has, about 2,300 miles. Had North Korea launched it to the south, it would have been able to hit military bases on the U.S. territory of Guam, about 2,100 miles away. Kim Jong-un may be trying to show he can make good on his threat to attack the island. North Korea is reveling in its defiance. On August 29th, it launched a missile over Japan. 5 days later, it conducted its 6th nuclear test of what experts believe was a massive hydrogen bomb. Today's missile launch seems to be a reaction to new UN sanctions passed Monday, banning North Korea's textile exports and cutting off about 30% of its oil supply.
I think that North Korea is attempting to play us here.
Defense expert Tom Caraco says North Korea is trying to create chaos and divide U.S. military alliances.
North Korea's adept use of threats, of rhetoric, of provocations, they would love to see division of various kinds between the United States and Japan, and between the United States and South Korea. The more that they can divide, so much the better.
U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson says it's now time for Russia and China to take direct action against North Korea. China accounts for about 90% of North Korea's oil supply, but it's resisted an embargo, and that's because it fears if the regime collapses in North Korea, China would be dealing with a refugee crisis on its border, or worse yet, a war. Nora?
All right, Ben Tracy in Beijing, thank you.